if you're trying to sell something to anyone online or offline in your business and you're unaware of what the 5 customer awareness levels are, then it's highly likely you're leaving money on the table and you're not landing as many clients or customers as you possibly could with your advertising. Now, in this video, I'm going to break down for you what the 5 customer awareness levels are, so that you can understand them and apply this knowledge to your own business, to your clients' businesses, to your advertising campaigns to run much more successful, much more profitable ad campaigns, delivering a higher return on ad spend. So I'm not claiming to have invented this, but it is absolutely crucial and pivotal for anybody to know and learn who is in the advertising industry, advertising for their own business or for clients' business. So I'm going to break down each stage of the 5 customer awareness levels, and I'm going to give you examples of each so you can see whether or not the campaigns that you've been running or how you're thinking about running campaigns for new clients or even your own business is actually going to work, and how we need to advertise differently to each stage and each level of customer awareness if we want our ad campaigns to be as successful as they possibly can. So this is an absolute must-watch video. We're just going to dive in and talk about the 5 levels of customer awareness and get you a better return on ad spend from your advertising starting right now. Let's go. But before we dive in, I just want to invite you to smash the like button, get involved in the discussions below this video. If you've got any questions, please feel free to post and share those down below, and I will get back to your questions. Of course, do hit subscribe as well if you like and want more free training and educational material on how you can grow your business, land more customers, and make more money inside your business. So let's dive in and talk about stage number 1. This stage of awareness, the very first one we're going to cover, is unaware. They're completely, these types of customers and clients are completely, or even markets are completely unaware that they have a problem at all. Right? And this is a really, really important pivotal one, especially if you're running ads for things like, local businesses, for example, certain types of local business, where you're actually advertising to people who are completely unaware that they even have a problem at all. Because, I'm asked quite often, what does this ad campaign look right to go with this type of business, this product, this service, etc., etc. And typically, where an advertising campaign can be set up for failure is, right before you even start writing the copy or thinking of your offer or selecting images for your ad. It's actually right here. Let's take an example of somebody or a market whose level of awareness is completely unaware. Now, I had a really good example. So one of my students actually asked me whether or not a certain type of ad campaign and lead magnet and offer was going to work for a certain type of business. And that type of business was a security training company. So this company provided training services for people who wanted to become security guards. Now, this is a perfect example of a market who typically are going to be unaware that they even have a problem, or unaware that there's actually a solution to that problem. Now, let me give you an example. Now, of course, some people who want to become security guards, they already want to be a security guard. That's cool, that's fine. They're easy sales, that's nice. But the vast majority, if this security training company really wants to kind of grow and scale, the vast majority of people who could potentially consider becoming, security trained, nightclub bouncer, security doorman, etc., actually probably don't even know they have a problem now whatsoever. They might typically be working another 9-to-5 job, and they're not happy, they don't want to do it, but they're unaware really that they have a problem, and therefore they're unaware that there is a solution to that problem somewhere present. So in this particular example, how that would look is, to advertise to a market of people who don't even know that they actually have a problem at all, we first of all need to educate them on the problem that they actually had. So that particular student actually asked me if I thought that running an ad campaign to sell this security service for about $300 was going to be a suitable strategy, right? Getting a Facebook ad in front of somebody who's never seen this business before, who the market doesn't even typically really know that they even have a problem, and just hope that those people who have maybe thought about becoming a security guard at one time are actually going to roll over and just pay $300 and become a security guard there and then on the spot. Like, it doesn't work like that. For the vast majority of the market who potentially would buy that product or service, the very first thing that needs to happen is we need to educate them and make them aware that they actually have a problem at all. Right? This can be done in educational content. This can be done by showing what life could possibly be like on the other side, right, of actually, buying or whatever this product or service. And this could be done, in a number of ways, but the most important way, or the most obvious way, is really to educate people who are not aware on potentially why they've got a problem in the first place. And that can be done very powerfully by talking about the current situation that they're in, the problems, the challenges, the things they don't like, and presenting a new alternative. Right? Now, we can't expect those people in one Facebook ad to read a Facebook ad and then pay any amount of money beyond that to just automatically make that transition. There's far too many limiting beliefs. There's far too many things standing in the way. So the best way to advertise to a completely unaware market is to, first of all, really pique curiosity of what life could be like, call out the problems, the challenges that they're actually facing in their life right now, and present a new destination, or present a new idea, a new way of doing things, an alternate reality to the one that they're currently living in now, where the vast majority of those problems are taken care of, right? So there's no point trying to run an advert to a market that's completely unaware that they even have a problem, suggesting that they have a solution to a problem, right? Because that market doesn't even know they have a problem in the first place. So the first stage of customer awareness is completely unaware to the problem, unaware to the solution. Now, number two is problem aware. This is essentially in relation to a market of people who are aware that they have a problem, but they're not even aware that a solution exists to that problem, right? They might first start feeling like they've got a problem. Right, and we're going to take the same security guard example that I use in number one of unaware to demonstrate number two. So these particular people now might be feeling like, and this is a different segment of the market, right? Number two, they might be feeling like they're not enjoying their current life. They might be feeling like the current job that they're doing is not enjoyable. And now we're referring again to the example of the security guard and how this ties back in to the second stage of awareness levels. Because almost all markets have people in all 5 stages of awareness, but most of them have an overwhelming majority in 1 or 2 of these areas, right? So number two, being problem aware in the security guard, people who may want to take security guard training and become security guards. Number two, this is going to be represented by those people who are aware that they're not happy in life. They're aware that they could be doing more, but they're just not sure of the solution of becoming a security guard and how that would fix the kind of problems, the things that they're not happy with. So how do we go about advertising to people who are problem aware, but not necessarily solution aware? Again, it falls back onto education. We can't expect these people, because they're completely brand new and unfamiliar with the vehicle or the mechanism that we use to help them move away from the undesirable position that they're in and towards the kind of life that they want to live. So what we need to do is, first of all, educate them on the potential solutions and give them an idea that potential solutions exist before we dive too much into the nitty-gritty detail of how our particular solution, the solution that, the security guard company provides in terms of training to this particular market. So there we have it. Number two is the awareness level that they have a problem, but not that a solution even exists. The third stage of customer awareness is problem and solution. So prospects and customers at this stage of awareness for a business or a company's products or services, they're aware that they have a problem, right? They know that they've got a problem. They know they're not in a security guard instance. They know they're not enjoying their life and the job that they're currently doing. And they know that they could be doing more. So they know that they have a problem. And the third stage is people who also have an awareness towards the solution, or there being a solution in the world that could potentially help them fix their problem. Now, this would be represented in the security guard training course example by people who are, you know, they know they're unhappy in their life, they know they're unhappy in their job, they know they want to be doing more, and they know that they could do something else. Right? That something may well be security guard training, that something may be something. They're just aware that there are solutions that exist to help them move away from the current painful place and towards the solution, towards what they actually want to be doing and want to be achieving. So how do we go about advertising to people who are problem and solution based? Well, we need to be even more educational, particularly on the mechanism that our particular solution actually offers to the market, because these people are aware they have a problem, they're aware of the solutions that have existed. You know, they might have looked into going back to university, they might have looked into a master's, they might have looked into changing career to something else, but they haven't hit the nail on the head with wanting to become a security guard yet, right? So what we need to do to educate these people who are problem aware and solution aware is we need to educate them more so on the mechanism. Why is becoming a security guard going to be more beneficial than any of the other solutions that they possibly have the option of? Right? So when we step into awareness level number 3 and we step into advertising to this awareness level, it becomes slightly more complicated, right? Because people are aware that the other solutions exist, and we now need to compete for and give people reasons and proof and evidence that our solution is way better than, a way better choice than any other solution, than becoming a chef, right, rather than a security guard. So we need to educate them more so, not so much on the problem, but more so on the solution, and more so on our specific solution. Why is our solution going to fix their problem, right? And why shouldn't they choose anybody else's? I'm hoping you can now see and become more clear that understanding where people are on their kind of, you know, scale of awareness when it comes to buying a product or service is really important to understand this, because it's really important to know at what stage the majority of a market is at, so we know what to focus on and where to focus on in our advertising, in our marketing strategy, so that we get more customers, we can attract more of those customers into those business. So now we're going to move into number 4, and number 4 is product aware. Right? The 4th level of awareness, so fourth level of market and customer awareness, is they are product aware. They are aware that your product or your client's product actually exists, right? They're familiar with it, they're familiar with the business, and they know that the solution that your specific or your client's specific problem, they know that this specific type of mechanism exists. If we're advertising to people who are aware that a particular problem, a particular product and solution exists for their problem, then we need to spend a lot more time and a lot more focus educating them why we, and not our competitors, are a better option for them. Why are we more suitable? Why are we going to be able to get them that result in a better, more convenient, quicker, cheaper, not always cheaper, but more convenient way? How are we actually able to beat our competition? Why is our thing better than anybody else's? Right? So that's number 4. So I'm sure you can see now, advertising to somebody who is already, or a market of people who is already aware that this particular solution that your or your client's business brings to the market it's going to be very different advertising to them than it is advertising to somebody who is, you know, not even aware that they have a problem whatsoever. Because, you know, why would you talk about why your product or service is better than your competition's product or service if they're not even aware that any other competition, that even a problem exists, let alone any other competition in providing the solution, right? So now we're going to keep moving through this quickly, and we're going to dive into number 5, which is fully aware. So when we say fully aware, these are referring to the segments of the market, or the segment of the market that is fully aware that they have a problem, they're fully aware that there's a solution, they're fully aware that your solution exists, and they're fully aware that you provide that solution and why your particular solution is right for them, right? These are people who typically make up your existing clients, right? They buy your products, they buy your services because they are fully aware of all of these things, and you've done an awesome job at educating them on why they need your product or service and why they need that product or service above anyone else. These would be the people who have already bought the security guard training and who are already security guards now themselves. So there you have it, the 5 levels of customer and market awareness. Now, as I'm sure you've seen throughout this video, it's really, really important that you understand, and first of all, when you're designing any campaigns from scratch, you first of all ask yourself this question: what do the market and prospects that we're going to be selling to with this campaign, what do they already know? Do they not even know that they have a problem, typically and generally? And again, if you don't know this, you can gather this from market research, but do they even know that they have a problem? Are they even aware that a problem exists? Are they even aware that a solution exists to that problem? Are they aware that your or similar products exist in the marketplace? And it's highly likely that they're going to be fully aware. But again, are they fully aware that everything exists, right? Because depending on which stage or which awareness level the overall market is currently at when you first start advertising to them is really going to affect the messaging and the positioning and the overall objective of your front-end advertising campaign. So if you've enjoyed this video and you want to learn more about each one of these stages, please do drop me a comment below. Make sure you hit like, smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.